So the first thing you're going to want to do is find a pair of sharp tweezers. If they're dull, they are not going to get the job done, and you may actually mess your eyebrows up in the meantime. And one of the first steps you're going to want to do is kind of pat your brows and get them to stick out a little bit. You can use a brow brush if you have one available to actually brush your eyebrows like the one shown in my video to start, or you can alternatively run your fingers through the opposite side that your eyebrows go. So you'll take it from the end of your eyebrows next to the ear side, and then you're going to go forward toward your nose area with your hand. And that will reveal parts of your brows that either need trimming or that are naturally part of your arch. And you're going to take the eyebrow areas that you want to trim, especially, of course, the middle, where any type of unibrow action could be going on. In particular, for me, sometimes I have to use an area under my nose where very thin hairs grow, and now I'm plucking the rest of those out. But also above your arch. Sometimes you'll have stray hairs that are not going to be in the brow line ever. So you might as well just pluck those out, because you won't look like too feminine, you won't look like you overdid your eyebrows, as long as you just pluck the ones that are far enough away from your natural curvature line that you know that they will never meet. As long as you follow that step, your brows will look great. Another tip I have is that I would go under where you have the thickness and where it starts to arch and get thinner for most people. Some of you are lucky and you have very thick brows even on the outsides. And another important tip is to not overdo the inside of your brows that are the thickest, which in most people's case is in the middle and the outside edges next to your eyes, or well, actually inside technically. And other than that, really the only other tip I can give you guys that I use while plucking my brows are: one, don't do it more than, say, once a month unless your hair grows back very, very, very frequently. I do it usually less than once a month, but you should keep up with it at least probably once or every couple months at the most. But you'll see when your hair starts growing in and it starts looking like you need to trim it. Just make sure you don't over trim. And that rule applies as well to the thicker areas of your brow. You want to keep it within the line, but you don't want to over pluck your eyebrows so it looks like you've been working on them, or that'll be either awkward or it will look too thin in areas. And this especially applies for males that are not used to grooming their brows, because you don't want that over-groomed look in general. So once you're done brushing, you're going to want to grab some scissors. Any will do that are small enough to work with your eyebrows, and the pair I used were actually on the larger size, but any will do, like I said. And you're going to very carefully take the brow area from the inside near your eye and your nose and make sure that the hairs line up as the largest and evenly. Cut any hairs that are in excess or that are too high compared to the other ones, and make sure that your eyebrow goes from large, and keep it large in the center as well, to smaller on the outside. And that will shape your brow so that you can brush them up in the future and they will look presentable, they won't look too bushy, and they will look even more full. And here is the finished product, fresh out of the shower. I didn't even have time to brush them, unfortunately, but as you can see, they're well under control and they look better than before and better probably than ever, actually. So, tune into my video. I hope you guys got some helpful tips and enjoy your evening.